the experience as a foreign exchange student in Japan back in 2009, I will say that now that I'm a mom and in honor of Mother's Day, I feel like I understand the mistreatment of my host mother even more. I'm gonna start off by saying that my host mother should have never hosted a student because she was so Japanese in the sense that she was traditional and she had never really interacted with the foreigner, and she already had two kids under her belt. She was a stay-at-home wife. She did all the cleaning and all the cooking from scratch. There was no way that I would have been accepted in that household. So if you think about it, right? As a mom, you're working, or if you're not working, just being a mom in general is extremely stressful, but it's the most rewarding experience. I will say that. My host mother, she already had back then it was like a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old, and then she had me and her household. She did everything from scratch. So she made the food from scratch. She cleaned like there was no tomorrow. That was her purpose. She was a stay-at-home wife, and she was in the traditional Japanese sense that she cared about what people thought about her and how she portrayed herself as a mom. Then here comes me, right? And I will never condone or say that what she did was right because it was wrong, but I will just say that I do understand her a bit more now that I'm a mom because I'm sensitive to a lot of things. And back then, I went knowing about the Japanese mannerisms and what they like and don't like, but the one thing I, for some reason, didn't think about was the smell. Being Hispanic, right? I will say that I love my Jergens lotion, and this was when I was 17. Did wear a little bit of perfume. I had certain hair products. I would straighten my hair every morning because my hair is naturally curly. I just liked my hair straight. And so what you see here is how my hair would be. Actually, my hair would fall off. If you put heat to it, it's gonna fall off. Now you think about it. All the smells were strong, and now I'm sensitive to smells, right? I can't have anything strong or anything that has fragrance in it. My hair is falling off and I see it everywhere and it pisses me off. I'm like trying to clean like left and right. My kids leave a mess like in the living room and I have to clean it up, and it stresses me out because I feel like that's the one thing I can control is the mess in my house. I think all of this took her to like the next level of being pissed off, just having a stranger in her home. I think it made her go crazy. One time I was biking in the rain and I was late home from school because we stayed to do some activities. Walk into a Japanese home, there's a genkan, so it's like a stepping entryway, so you don't put, you can actually take your shoes off and you don't wear your shoes indoors. She had a towel and she just threw it at me and she told me to like dry off because she didn't want the house to get dirty and all wet. Back then, I remember after I dried myself, I went upstairs and I started crying because this was on top of a lot of things that she would do that were mean. I was like, why does she care more about her floor and it being wet than my feelings, and just throwing a towel at me. But then like looking back now, right, as a mom, I'm like, sometimes I get upset with my kids. I'm like, oh my God, you just dirtied the ottoman with like your Cheeto hands or something like that. And you have to like backtrack and be like, they're just kids, don't react that way. Natural to act that way. And I think she was just in her natural setting of like clean all day for her to just come home dripping wet. So yeah, I just think that it's bizarre how the older I get, the more I understand her, but it will never make it right. However, I'm starting to kind of understand her frustration.